Can you hear me? Okay, perfect, perfect, perfect. Let's get this started. It's going to be a short one because I am going to have to go to dinner with my family soon. My sister's making egg tortillas, and I'm going to have to wash dishes because it's my week now. I don't like how that arm looks. Let's. Jesus. Oh, right. Yeah. Wait, hold on. One thing I would like to share is once I'm finished with this orc painting in, I don't know, what I assume to be the next 10,000 years, I am going to essentially start on some Marvel Rivals fan art. I'm going to kind of like use this as a opportunity to kind of like show off my, uh, I think my illustration chops. You know, I no. Let's look at the sources. No. How do I do this again? Ah, man, this is embarrassing. Bro, this is embarrassing. Okay, better. Where is Krita? Where is it? This is it? If you see... Okay, better. Oh, okay, here it is. Yep. My wife. The woman who I would annex Poland for. Psylocke. There she is. The process with the orc painting is going to be my process for this. What I essentially do is I kind of like, I should probably do more rough sketches, but what I do is I take the rough sketch, I kind of like, take the rough sketch, basically kind of, make a draft of it on the digital draft on Krita using the chrome brush, and then essentially like Dave Raposa, what he does is he kind of like makes an underpainting of it. Meanwhile, it's like I don't know, maybe I'm a bit impatient, but what I do is I essentially just I just make it like I make kind of like a base for myself. I do the body, I do the pose, I do the colors, the basic colors. It's gonna be real rough, and then I take it over to Photoshop, and I render for as long as I possibly can. This is if I want to be a professional at this, I'm probably going to be working under some time constraints, or deadlines, and this possible pipeline may or may not be, functional or workable. I'm probably going to have to basically do more research into Dave's painting style. But, this is what I have so far. And so far, it's like, I've been practicing with the chrome brush, and like it's pretty good. Like you can tell that that's a person, and you can tell that that's a woman. I mean, so far, this is what I have. This is the best that I can do so far. And of course, I'm gonna do better. But this is I'm gonna basically take this, put it over to the Photoshop, and then just render it to death. I did it with my sister's Christmas photo. Okay, not Christmas photo, Christmas present, where essentially I let me see. Oh, right here. right here. I did it with my sister's Christmas photo, present. She is a huge fan of. Well, she's not. She's not. Well, she's not a huge fan. She's a casual fan of My Hero Academia. She's casual because it's like she's an MHA fan who has a job. So she's not a loser by any standpoint. Not that MHA fans are losers, but there's like this meme that kind of goes around that they're kind of never mind. But yeah, this is essentially like the process that I'm planning on doing with the Psylocke. I essentially, what I do here is, where's the, no, oh right, this has already been, it's already been done. This is mostly just like, okay, we'll try to find an older file. Then I have to go back to, okay, yeah, right here. See? Okay, so basically this is what I do. I take this and then I turn it to this. I take this mess and I essentially, through like days and days and days and days of rendering, I turn it into this slightly less messier photo. Even then, it's still, like I haven't exactly rendered out the mouth yet. I mean, granted, she still loved it, but like this is the process I'm going for. Basically, this is a good like starting post. This is a good starting place, and then I move on to here, to the end. Honestly, this is kind of like it's. I'm not sure if this is kind of like, say, reproducible or like replicable with Clip Studio. I'd like to try someday, but I am wasting so much time, and I have to get back to my orc painting because it's been fucking months, and I have to finish it before I lose my mind because it's been sitting in my hard drive, and it's gotta end, dude. It's gotta end. Okay. Where's Photoshop? Come on out. Okay. Back in the shed. The next time I stream this, I'm going to have a picture of, I think, Matthew McConaughey, but instead he's like Jesus. It's gonna be a PNG. It's gonna be like just a PNG. And he's gonna be in a dark room. And he's gonna have like one cigarette on one hand and a stylus on the other hand. And the title of the video is gonna be just pain and suffering, because I'm a fucking sadist. Okay. Now, what is new? Okay, well, what's new is, okay, I'm starting to not like my job as much, my part-time job as much, not exactly. Granted, I still have, say, student debt to pay off, so I gotta kind of like thug it out for the next couple months, but hopefully I can make it to the summer without getting fired, and I can pay it all off and then I can make some plans from there. Or I could just make some plans now. I want to go to the Lightbox Expo. I wonder if they have tickets now because I really want to go. I'd like to. I mean, so far I'm looking at for programming and show info, but like I can't find anything. And I would like to go. I would like to go to the. I would like to go to the expo because it's essentially it seems like a good like networking event. It seems like a good workshop, and like that's how I assume artists have been kind of like getting into the industry for a very long time. Not a long time. Like it's like networking. Like you have to go to events, show your stuff, and show that not only can you be a decent artist who can like not only can you be a half decent artist, but you essentially have to be like easy to work with, and that is something that I'm not sure if I have in spades because I can be sometimes like a real dickhead who has like who can like be a bit too overreactive. Like I have two spectrums. I'm either like at work where I'm basically kind of like just sheepish and apologetic, and like I'm just like putting my head down and just trying to like do my best. I mean, granted, I do fuck up sometimes, but like in the end, I try to do my best to get into good grade, get into like my higher ups like better graces because it's a job, and I don't want to get fired because if I get fired, then I'm essentially jettisoned out into the job market, and it is a shithole, and I'd like to stay here for not as long as possible, but like until I manage to basically snag a job doing the shit that I actually want. But at this point, I'm not sure. Like, how long can I do this? How long can I withstand the the BS? Like, how long can I work with the coworker who thinks that she's my boss when she's really not? And how long, it's like, how long can I deal with that? How long can I essentially how long can I essentially just deal with workplace politics? How long can I deal with kids? I'm kind of scared a bit, and I have to make up a plan. I was hoping to have like guests on. Maybe that should be my plan. Why not Dave Raposa? Like he kind of had with like with what's it ends with daggers. I forget. I fucking forget. But essentially, he had he live streamed. Granted, it's a bit different now. I'm not sure his way will be my way of getting in, but it's a good way to network, and it's a good way to kind of like build a name if I want to get into like the influencer game, which that's a whole other bag of worms. I mean, Jesus Christ, I came into this because I just wanted to make shit, dude. I don't want to be a fucking influencer. I don't want to get into social media. If you want to fucking deal with Twitter and their bullshit, no. Ew, gross. I kind of go I go on Twitter and like it's not like a propaganda machine for me, but there's some ads that slip through and it's like, oh yeah, no, I can, yeah, I can say I can see it. Yeah, this is not cool. This is not, not poggers. This is not based. So super cringe. 100% cringe. This shit's lame. Yeah, I'm still kind of dreading going back for the summer. I don't know. Maybe I'll like, if I manage to get, maybe the one thing I could do for myself is like pretend that making it till the summer semester, till the summertime, won't be this like giant Herculean task. If I could just lock the fuck in and like really just overcorrect and not trying to. I don't know. No, this is a good reminder. This is a good reminder to tell me that like my boss is not my friend. Bosses are not your friends. They're not. I mean, though, like I'm not gonna argue with that. Well, there are some like assistant managers who are pretty cool. Like they're not like they're not your friends, but they can be like very helpful and accommodating. You know, assistant managers like that, man, God's angels, man, God's angels. I mean, sometimes I just like I log into Mohila or like my FSA ID and I look at like how much I have left, and I'm just like it's like I'm looking at myself like, come on, you could do this, you could do this. All right, just lock in. Couple more months, couple more months. Just trying to like motivate myself to not fuck anything up. I'm just afraid of that. Super afraid. Always been afraid. Just imagine. It's like, imagine being on the cusp of freedom, dude. The cusp of freedom. You're right there. You can see it, the horizon. You know? With no student, not having with no student debt to pay off, you can do all types of shit that you want. You can go to, you can do whatever the fuck you want, no matter what your parents say. Who knows? I mean, I don't know. I don't really want. Do I want to be a paraprofessional anymore? I mean, Jesus Christ. I mean, I feel like I'm kind of like signing myself for a job that like I don't even want, and like even then it's like, well, I'm working with kids, special needs kids. Over time, it's like, I think Ryan, this comic artist I've been chatting with, Ryan Gutierrez, like he was like a special ed gym teacher, and like at the end of it, he just hated it. Like, granted, he knew, like, it's like, hey, this is a charitable, this is a good job, good, honest job. I'm working with special needs kids, I'm helping them out. But over time, it's like, I'm done. Like, he at the end, it was like, nah, I'm done. I'm done wrestling, like, wrestling down, uh, you know, I'm done wrestling down, like, 14-year-old, 200-pound kids who can't stay, kids who can't only stay in one place, but are insanely violent. I'm tired of being smacked in the face by someone's 200-pound, 14-year-old, very Down syndrome child. Like, I'm done. It's wraps. And it's like, I'm not feeling it, but I know it's coming. Okay. Okay, so what's new on the entertainment front for me? Okay, so basically, I don't watch TV, which is really retarded, seeing as how it's like I have there are tons of like comic book TV shows out of comic books that I would like read, like The Boys. I'm not exactly a fan of The Boys, but I kind of respect it as like a comic book, as an indie comic book. Invincible, I fucking adored Invincible when I was in high school. I remember basically like buying basically the volume that had Conquest on it. I had Growing Pains. I had Invincible War with Conquest. I had Viltrumite War, and I flipped that thing like a madman. Like Ryan Otley, his fucking work was just god tier to my eyes. Like I think I had the books with me, and he was like in Comic Con. Like I was like a couple of my classmates when I was in high school at Comic Con that year. He was right there, and like I wanted him to sign my shit. And I also made like a small sketch card of like Conquest, and like I was literally like just crying, on the verge of tears, because giving it to him. It was fucking embarrassing, but hey, it's Ryan Otley. I've been like obsessing over your work for years. Like in computer class, I would look at your work. Like you were like the closest thing to meeting a pop star to me.
¿Qué tú estás?
Huh? Oh.
¿Estás ocupado? Ven para que termine de hacer. Hacerte una sola quesadilla a otra de pernil con queso, ¿ven?
Okay. All right. So, you know what? I'm gonna go eat with my family. This stream is over. I'll be back in a couple minutes after I've eaten, washed all the dishes, and most likely